Hey, it's the Rodrigan, and I'm going to. This kind of follow up video because uh, la- uh, just a couple of days ago, I did this video. You can celebrate Pride, but leave the kids alone, and they couldn't. They couldn't leave the kids out of this. Okay, um, I've been to gay bars, both um, gay men, gay women. I actually, it's funny to say I felt more uncomfortable in the lesbian bar than I did in the gay bar. It's because the some of the butchy women were giving me funny looks when I was just there with a friend of mine playing pool and talking about a school assignment. But so people going to be like, "Oh, you're transphobic, you're homophobic," and it's like, no, it could nothing could be further from the truth. Okay, what what adults do, I don't give a shit. Okay, whatever floats your boat, you're an adult, do you? Okay, but like I said, leave the kids out of this, and that couldn't be done. Um, drag usually uh, drag is a set is basically like a stripper show, except for the fact that they really don't take off their clothes. They don't take off much of their clothes, but they'll do the dancing, and they'll do stuff. People give them money and all that stuff. So it's really not appropriate for kids. I wouldn't take. I wouldn't. These kids are less than 10 years old. I would not take my 8-year-old son to a strip club. Okay, I just wouldn't. So if I can, and I couldn't take my 8-year-old son to a strip club. So why is this okay? Okay. Um, and I'm gonna play a couple little clips here um, from the show. I'm gonna take the only reason I'm taking off the sound is because I don't want to get a trademark strike because of the music or whatnot. But I want you to see what it says here in the background. It says here, it's not gonna lick itself. Okay, which is a reference to oral sex. Now I heard they did some stupid stuff where um they gave ice cream to the kids and it was a joke for the kids and for the adults. But look, listen, you're already setting up these kids. What is this? You could say it's not grooming, but it's grooming. Okay. Um, so I don't understand what you know parents, if you want to, it's kind of like I remember in New York, they have the Halloween parade that they do in the village, and I remember I went to it. The first time I went to it, I saw kids there, and there's men in ass chaps in these parades. People walking in S&M, and it's like this is not the stuff you take your kids to. You just don't take your stuff. I'm not an extremely conservative person. I went and I watched the stuff. I went to the parade, but you don't do this stuff that's just not appropriate for children. But this is what's going on now. And, the left want to makes it seem like if you're against showing this stuff to kids, you're the problem. No, you're the problem. Leave kids their innocence. Shame on the parents for taking their kids to this type of event. It'd be different if it was out in the public and they just, or if they were just doing like a walkway type of thing where you saw the women in drag and they were just doing like a fashion show type of thing. But they're not. That's not what was going on here. They did an actual. You see from the dance here. I mean, the person right there. He does a split and then he's there doing his give me money. Woo! There you go. So, great dancer. You know, I give him credit that he's there. He's a great dancer. More power to him. Just not with kids there. If it was all adults there, wouldn't give a shit. Go be entertained, watch people dance. But this is not appropriate for kids. Same way, like I said, New York City Halloween parade in the Village. Anyone from New York knows what I'm talking about. Not necessarily, not 100% appropriate to take kids to, because of some of the stuff that's in the parade. But they can't leave the kids alone. They can't leave the kids alone. And I'm happy that these people have confidence. Here, I'm gonna play a little clip from an interview that a guy did with two of the performers. It always gives me this issue. I got to do some.
So we just got done with the Drag Your Kid to Pride event at Mr. Mister in downtown Dallas, and I am here with
Noelle Sinclair.
What do you say to the conservative parents that wouldn't bring their children to an event like this?
Why? Here's the thing. I don't think that there is any kind of issue with exposing children to this.
So do you think exposing children to drag will result in more kids doing drag eventually?
I think so. And I hope so, because like I said, it's the biggest confidence booster. Like, yes, it can be negative at times, but I think that drag builds confidence.
I just want to point out right there real quick that he goes that even he knows it could be negative at times. Okay? Even he says that. So let me keep going here.
Do you think exposing kids to drag will make more children go into drag eventually?
I feel like yes, because I feel drag is such like an art form. There's so much dancing, there's hair, there's wigs, there's makeup. There's so many things that kids will love to experience with. So I feel like a lot of kids will want to like dabble in everything that's going on in like drag.
So, and notice the interviews behind the sign. It's not going to lick itself. Like I said, you guys, you want to celebrate Pride and getting your rights recognized this month. Cool. More power to you. Leave the kids out of this. Okay? You don't take kids to a drag show because it's just content that's not appropriate for children. Like I said, it'd be different if they were doing like a fashion show because someone compared it to a fashion show. But no, that's not what they were doing. If they had did it that way, I'd be like, it's weird, but whatever. So shame on the parents. The performers are going to do what they're going to do. Shame on the parents for taking them to this type of event. I mean, you saw some people took babies. So, I mean, the babies don't really know what's going on. They're not going to remember it. But these other kids that went to it, like I said, you had children under 10 years old there at a bar that's supposed to be 21 and over. So just leave the damn kids alone. That's it. Let them keep their innocence. Let kids be kids and stop pushing adult shit on them. Okay? Stop pushing this stuff on them. Stop pushing gender ideology on them and telling a boy he could be a girl and a girl he could be a boy. Okay? Stop with this, these stupid pronouns that you're confusing children with, saying they, them, when there's supposed to be a plural form of a pronoun. Cut it out. You're just confusing these kids. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm wrong for what I'm saying, let me know. If you think I'm right, leave me some comments, and please don't forget, like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please share it. That's how I get more followers on both my channels, on both YouTube and Rumble. And with that being said, have a good one, everyone.